All right, shalom, Israel. This is again Natazab and
A Warba.
with the GMS Dallas camp, Man Up Jacob. Today we're gonna go into a brief topic. You know, a topic that really bugs out a lot of Jake. You know, but of course he who had the ear let him hear, because it's going to be first and foremost. What we're about to get into is a description of Israel. Okay, so for starters, okay, the Jews are not those so-called white people out there in Israel right now. Okay, those are what we would consider, dogs of the land. Khazars. Okay, so right now we're going to break down the description of the Jews in Jeremiah.
This is Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 2. And it says, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground. That is a clear distinction and a clear cut to anybody that believes that those so-called white people over there in the land of Israel right now are the Jews. Okay, now you got a lot of people that would like to argue up and down that black is talking about mourning. But if you go into the Hebrew, that black, which is translated from Hebrew into English, is kedar, okay, which means dark-skinned.
Brother.
Okay, going to Songs of Solomon.
This is Songs of Solomon chapter 1 verse 5. I'll start at 5. And it says, I am black but comely.
I am black but comely, meaning I'm of a dark skin, but I look good.
I'm black and beautiful. And what other, so like, I don't mean to cut you out, but what other race says that on the planet Earth, man? What do y'all think, where do you think that comes from?
Right.
Black and beautiful. King Solomon said that first.
Right.
So there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar.
As the tents of Kedar, meaning black. Okay.
As the curtains of Solomon. Verse 6. Look not upon me because I am black.
Don't be mad because I'm a dark-skinned man. Go ahead.
Because the sun hath looked upon me.
Because I've been in the sun all day. Okay. If Esau stands in the sun all day, he's gonna turn redder.
That's right.
If a black man stands in the sun all day, he's gonna turn blacker.
That's right.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because the sun hath looked upon me, my mother's children were angry with me.
Because I was a dark-skinned brother, more darker than my own brethren. Okay, my brothers was mad at me for that. Okay, go ahead.
They made me the keeper of the vineyards.
They made me the keeper of the vineyards. Okay, now you can stop on that because he's gonna just start going into certain other topics.
That's right.
Now the thing about it is, just like brothers say all the time, he who have an ear, let him hear. Because not all Israel is gonna look like how brothers always say is gonna look like John Shaft. Okay, not all Israel is gonna look like a Warba or look like myself, which is dark skinned. Okay, or plainly the description of the Jews, or even the description of Yahushua in Revelation chapter 1. Okay, for the most part, just matter of fact, get Genesis 32 and 12.
This is Genesis chapter 32, verse 12, and it says, And thou sayest, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for a multitude.
That's it on that. That which cannot be numbered for a multitude is Israel is going to be as the sands of the sea. Now, if you go into Deuteronomy chapter 28, okay, it'll clearly, if you can find it, go ahead. But it tells you, since we went off, we're going to be scattered abroad, okay? We're going to be scattered out to the four corners of the earth amongst the heathen.
That's right.
Okay? And since seed comes from man, okay, matter of fact, give me, slack here.
But yeah, just like your brother was saying, man, I mean, Israel, the children of Israel, because they went off, were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and that was a curse given unto us because we did go off. And if we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, of course, Jake gonna get down. They ain't gonna, you know, we were scattered amongst the heathen. And so therefore, the seed of Israel is gonna not look exactly like myself or this brother.
That's right.
You know, they have went into different nations, and of course they've come out looking different than myself or this brother.
That's right.
You know, so you may have a so-called, you know, white man. You may have Jake that may look like a so-called Edomite.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You may have Jake that may look like a Japhite or a so-called Moabite, a Chinese person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But the spirit is what recognizes with the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's right.
Even when you're doing that, brother, I could probably go ahead and get this one in Jeremiah just to bring out the point on that one.
Mm-hmm.
This is Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9, and it says, "Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird."
That's right. His heritage is unto him as a speckled bird, meaning meaning that Israel isn't gonna. Okay, within a speckled bird, the bird always has one solid color. Okay, so that's basically, for the most part, the majority of the Negroes in America. Okay, for the most part, are going to be Judites. Just like for the most part, the majority of the people in Jamaica are going to be Benjamites. Okay, and the majority of the people in Hades is going to be Levites. Okay, and so forth and so on, all the way down to the last man on the 12 tribes. Those people that are in those places are majority going to be, okay, the Israelites. Okay, but then you have the speckled part of that bird, which is indicating that Jake is going to be spread throughout all of the heathen nations. Okay, you're gonna have a seed in Asia. You're gonna have Jake in Arabia. Yeah, some Jake hate to hear it, but it's Israelites out there in Jerusalem right now as we speak. There are real Israelites out there in the land of Israel right now. Okay,
that's right.
Go ahead.
The birds round about are against her.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Come ye, assemble all of the beasts of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Come to devour.
Mm-hmm. And all the beasts of the field. That's pretty much it on that. But basically, all the beasts of the field is the heathen. Okay, and they come to take down the children of Israel.
That's right.
Now I'm gonna get this real quick in First Esdras chapter 8, and I'll start at I'll start at 69.
Okay.
The nation of Israel, the princes, the priests, and the Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollution of the Gentiles, to wit, of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, and the Moabites, Egyptians, and the Edomites. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity.
So basically what he was just breaking down, how it says the seed have mixed with the people of this land. Well, therefore, there you go. That was plain.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple of what we're actually going into.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, not every single Israelite out there is going to look identical.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like I said earlier, the Spirit is going to recognize the Spirit.
That's
so
right.
you're going to have so-called, so-called people of the different nations that are going to look like us, but the whole part of it is Jake acts like Jake, and there's no way of getting around it.
Right. Because there's a matter of fact, a good example of that is a dude named Blind Fury. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Blind Fury is a rapper who's been blind his whole life, and it just so happens that he looks like a cracker.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing about it is, this dude, like I said, he's been blind since birth. Okay, he's never known how a black man acts, or how a rapper's persona or swag is.
That's right.
But this dude clearly has the swag of a Judite.
That's right.
Okay,
What he means by Judite, that's so-called Negroes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just for edification.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's a testimony of what the brother was going into. That matter of fact, I'm gonna get that scripture. Basically, for loosely paraphrasing, for I am a Jew inwardly and not outwardly. Basically, it's not all about appearance. Okay, it's about the spirit.
That's right.
Okay, because just like we gonna keep on saying today, if it's the Lord's will, he who have an ear, he will hear. Because it's gonna be people that look like this brother and myself,
Mm-hmm.
that are of another nation.
That's right.
Okay, being that we are in this captivity, okay, the seed has been mixed here as well. Okay, when we were in hardcore slavery, okay, the Judite women, okay, were being popped or being raped by the so-called slave master, who was the white man. And since seed comes from man, okay, the seed, his seed, that white man's seed, say he had the woman had a child, and that child was a son.
Mm-hmm.
All his sons are going to be Edomites.
All of them.
But just because he's grown up into a Israelite or a Judite environment, he's going to grow up in a Judite fashion. Even though him being a tear, or his line being a tear, okay, you're gonna be able to see the difference between them if you're judging through the spirit.
That's right.
Okay, but at the same time, Jake out there don't know too much about the tares and the wheat. So Jake just gonna think that he's just a weird ass nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but his line is still gonna be going. His line is still gonna be going further and further through Jake. Okay, his seed is gonna get darker and darker and darker. Okay, but does that make so when a seed finally gets to the point where he's a dark-skinned man with rough woolly hair, okay, does that mean that the white man has left out of the line? No,
not at all.
That means that that's still Esau, okay? That was blessed with what would they call it? Melanin.
Melatonin.
Okay.
Kind. And basically, how you're gonna figure that person out is you're gonna know him by the way he acts, by the way his spirit is.
Right.
You know, he may look like a so-called Negro in the flesh,
Mm-hmm.
but in reality, his spirit is a damn Edomite.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna act like a white man.
That's right.
And I know everybody has seen that Uncle Tom ass dude that's been walking around that act like Esau, that does everything like Esau, he even talks like Esau.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He behaves just like so-called white man, and he even hates niggas just like so-called white man does.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He hates his skin. There's a lot of nigga women that are out there that act just like that too. You know what I mean? And so that's the perfect example of a tear like the brother is going into. Somebody that you got to try by the Spirit.
Yep.
You know, because just because, you know, and it says that in the book of Job, you know, there's confusion of faces. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so that's basically what that brother is talking about. So if you're not rooted in these scriptures and things like that, if you don't have the word, you are not going to be able to understand that and be able to, you know, comprehend it and have the knowledge to be able to break that down. You know what I mean?
Okay, here's a quick precept. This is Romans 2:28. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh.
That's right. Either he is not a Jew inwardly, he is not of the line of the children of Israel, but he may look like one on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
As far as this, it's saying he is not a Jew, which is outwardly, meaning he's not, just because he looks, because at this point in time, okay, during the times of Acts and Romans, well, the times of the Bible, okay, when the Bible was when the scriptures the scriptures was present time, okay, there was no wondering if the Jews were dark-skinned people. Everybody knew that the Jews were dark-skinned people. So when it says, for he is not a Jew, which is outwardly, meaning that his description, just because his complexion, okay, his appearance shows you that he's a Jew, okay, neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh, but he is a Jew, which is one inward, and circumcision is that of the heart in the spirit and not in the letter, whose praise is not for men but of God. Meaning that you're going to tell that he's a Jew by the Spirit, okay? And at this time, you had a lot of the Pharisees and the Sadducees trying to keep implementing the law, okay? Which we're not saying that you cannot keep the law. You have to keep the law. But those men were saying that the law was pushed first before faith, okay, and grace and mercy. So they were saying that basically, just because you look like a Jew and you circumcised, that the Lord is dealing with you. But Yahushua was saying that that it's the Spirit that's dealing with you, and the circumcision comes from the circumcision of your spirit and your heart, meaning la'ab, your mind. Okay, so you're circumcised mentally, okay, and you are a Jew inwardly, okay.
That's right.
Meaning that it's going to be a lot of different. It's going to be a lot of different. There's going to be a lot of Jake out there that's not going to look like dark-skinned Afro puff having niggas.
That's right.
Okay. But are we saying that that the other nations can make it? No. No, by no means are we saying that the other nations can make it. We're saying, okay, that there are Israelites among those nations. Okay, who if they hear this might actually understand why they feel the way that they feel. Okay, and just might actually be able to come to the understanding of what we're bringing out right now, and they might be the elect. Okay, and they might be out there pushing the truth in sincerity. Okay,
that's right.
Because it's not about description. It's about pushing the word, man. And if you feel like you're an Israelite, which a lot of these people in the world feel like, you know, they're an Israelite by the adoption and by, you know, whatever madness that these other nations try to push out there to try to obtain the covenant between them and the Lord. But basically, if you have a zeal, man, it might be because you are a Israelite inwardly. And if so, let's say you are an Israelite, okay? You're still 2/3 because you're not out there pushing the word.
That's right.
Okay? If you believe what we're saying is the truth, okay, then you need to get out there on the highways and the byways and push this word, no matter what your skin is. That's if you feel like you're an Israelite, that's just your curse. You might be one of Gehazi's children. Matter of fact, let's go into that.
Con.
Get 2 Kings 5:5-18.
Con.
Because, matter of fact, we'll
I
get.
got you. This is 2 Kings chapter 5, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, In this thing the Lord pardoned thy servant, that when my master goeth into the house of Rimmon to worship there, and he leaneth on my hand, and I bow myself in the house of Rimmon, and when I bow down myself into the house of Rimmon, the Lord pardoned thy servant in this thing.
Hold on. Let me see. Because it might be some.
It was in 1 Kings.
It might be first. Yeah, it is First King. It might be First King.
Salakia, sure. Right down in there, I get it. I got it. Five, and which one?
Let me see. Slakia, I slipped for a second. But basically, that scripture about Gehazi, Lord willing, we'll be able to find it for you later. But basically, Gehazi, he went off. Okay, he if Lord willing, I can find it right quick. Basically, he was Elijah's servant, and yeah, he was Elijah's servant, and Elijah, a man had came unto Elijah because he was stricken with leprosy, and and what happened was Elijah cured the man's leprosy.
It's 5 and
the dude wanted to give Elijah a reward for his services. Elijah, he rejected the gift. So Gehazi chased the man down and ordered the man to give Gehazi the gift. And so what happened was, through the Spirit of the Lord, Elijah found out, or Elijah knew what Gehazi had did, okay, and had struck him and his seed
with
leprosy. So it's Israelites that have been stricken with leprosy since the age of Gehazi, since Gehazi. Okay, because not only him but his seed forever, okay, are going to be stricken with leprosy.
That's right.
All right, so it's a group of people out there that are Israelites that are that no matter what they do, that they'll never be able to get back to their